Say that myself. What do we have here? Don't I know you from somewhere?
Who wants to know?
I'm Buster, one of Lee's mercenaries. And you had better be a little nicer to me, or I'll have your hide. All right. What do you want here?
That's none of your business.
Nobody talks to me like that, you worm. I think it's time to kick your butt.
Oh! Defend yourself! Let him have it! Yeah! Let him have it! Show him! Ouch! That hurt! The head hit back! Ouch! That hurt! Ouch! That hurt!
All right, you're the better fighter. What do you want?
I want to find out more about the mercenaries in this region.
I can't tell you much about this region. You'd better ask the farmers. And as for us mercenaries, we have a very simple rule. If you can stand your ground, you're in. I think you're made of the right stuff to be one of us. But you shouldn't let it get to your head that you lucked out during our last fight. There are plenty of guys on the farm who are quite a bit better than I am. Sentenza, for one. He guards the entry to the farm. Whatever you do, don't pick a fight with him.
What about this Sentenza?
He'll try to squeeze some gold out of you when you come to the farm. He does that to all newcomers. And if I were you, I'd pay up. That's what I did back then. And the good thing was that he voted for me afterwards. One good turn deserves another, he said. I lost all my gold in the bargain, but it wasn't much to begin with. And I was glad of it in the end. I once watched him beat up a fellow who had decided not to pay him.
Thanks for the hint.
Indeed. Could it be worth anything to you?
Here you are, 5 gold pieces.
Thanks, man. Looks like I can take a few tonight after all. I won't forget this.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Anyone who can whack as hard as you shouldn't have too much trouble around here. My vote doesn't count much, since I haven't been here for long. But when Lee asks me, I'll vote for you.
Lee is the leader of the mercenaries, isn't he?
Right. Hey, now I remember where I know you from. You were in the colony, too.
So I was.
I didn't see you when the Big Bang happened. Not for a while before that, either.
I had other problems.
You've missed out on quite a lot, then. Things have changed since we were in the Slammer together.
What became of the mercenaries in the colony?
Once the barrier was gone, Lee let us out of the colony. He said that nothing could happen to us if we all stuck together. And he was right. It wasn't too long before we found ourselves a cozy spot right here. The landowner pays us to beat up the militia from the city, and most of us would have volunteered to do that even without pay. But Onar feeds us all, and we can bide our time until we see a good opportunity to get away from this blasted island.
Can you teach?
I might well...
You hardly know who to believe these days.
He really should have known better.
Nothing to be had there.
One less monster around.
Wait a minute. How are things?
So. Those mercenaries aren't much help, really. I had expected them to have a little more guts, at least. But they're just a bunch of braggarts and loudmouths, if you ask me. So what about those things I buried? Have you found them yet?
No, not all of them.
Then hurry up, will you? It can't be all...
What was your business with the mercenaries?
I already told you I'm looking for this fellow in red armor. But the idiots here have no idea.
I take it you're
Damn it, how would I know the fellow's name?
I know where you can find him.
Really? Tell me.
Not far from here. He seems to be the leader of an evil gang of bandits.
Ha! Yup, that's him. I knew the old landlubber'd hold up here somewhere. Now, all I need to do is scour all the hideouts and rat holes around here. I'll find that bastard. Don't need your help for that.
Where exactly?
There.
What are you doing here?
I'm preparing for battle.
Why?
Lately, the farmers have had more and more problems with field raiders. A few of them even managed to get themselves eaten. Fat Onar didn't exactly find that amusing. None of us got our pay for a week, and it was more or less my fault. Now Lee wants me to wipe out the creature's nest by myself. And the other boys have already made bets on whether I'll survive.
Are you a good fighter?
I'm fair with a sword, but with a bow, I'm very good. Why do you ask?
Where's the nest?
In the middle of the field here, in the big rock.
We could attack that nest together.
You want to help me? Why?
I want to join you.
Oh, so that's the way it is. You want to prove how good you are. All right. Let's attack the beast together.
Let's attack the nest.
Right now? You could go back to the...
There's no time like the present.
Good. Then let's see what you got. One less monster around. One less monster around. One less monster around. So, this is where they drag the dead farmers. Disgusting. The filthy things should all be wiped out now. Let's go back.
Wait a minute. What about our agreement?
Well, I could get you accepted by us, but I won't.
And why not?
If I tell everybody that you helped me, they'll hit me with a new assignment. You understand I don't dig that, don't you? Capiche? Well, tough luck, kid. I'm sure you'll find someone else to help you.
I think your hide could do with another tanning. I don't like having my leg pulled.
Don't make me cry.
Nothing there.
Oh man, my head.
Wait a minute.
All right, you're the better fighter. What do you want?
I think your hide...
What the devil?
I just love... Nothing to be had there. bad there. Hey, you!
All right, you're the best.
I think you're high.
What did...
I just...
Where do you think you're going?
I wanted to have a look around, that's all.
There's a heap of trouble here for men like you. Are you telling me you just want to look around? Ha! So you're headed for the farm. Why else would you have trudged all the way here, hmm? So don't give me any of that bullshit, and let me search you and you can go on your way.
Suit yourself. Search me then.
Now then, let's see what we have here. Ah, gold. It can be very dangerous carrying so much gold around. A lot of mercenaries are real cutthroats, not honest fellows like me. I only want 50 gold pieces from you. That's the toll here. And you only need to pay once. That's fair, isn't it?
And now,
Finish
slug
him!
him!
Watch
Ow!
him then!
Parry then!
That hurt!
Parry
out.
then! Parry then! That hurt! Parry
out.
then! Parry then! That hit the spot!
Nothing there. And? How are things?
Not many people come this way, but up to now, every one of them has paid my toll.
I have come to join you.
Nice for you. Do you understand that the mercenaries are going to vote whether you get to join them or not?
Will you vote for me?
But then, why not? 50 gold pieces is a fair price for a vote, don't you think?
Was his decision, wasn't it?
It's a bad business.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
What do you want?
Things I could.
I want to have a look around the farm.
Don't go into the building on the left. Silvio's in there. He's not in a good mood right now. If he sees a weakling who doesn't belong on the farm, he might get the idea of venting his bad mood on him.
There was no big deal.
That's really not my problem.
Have fun.
More, believe me.
What do you want this?
Man like Beliar himself was out.
Have. What do you...
I want to join up with Lee.
Lee won't have much to say around here if he keeps on this way.
What do you mean?
Nothing
He
amazes
wants us
me
all to
anymore.
sit around here and twiddle our thumbs. Intimidate a few farmers now and then, and that's it. Silvio always says offense is the best defense, and damn right he is.
You mustn't believe everything you
No one
hear.
really wants to hear that.
Who is Silvio?
Our next
That's all
leader,
just
if you ask me. If you plan on asking him if you can join us, forget it. You look like you're barely good for herding sheep.
That's no secret.
What do you
Enough
want?
trouble as it is.
That'll never
Me
change.
think.
What?
That's
Nothing
exactly
amazes
what
me
you...
I've been too...
Got no time for things like that.
Finish him! Let him have it! Show him!
Parry
Defend
then!
yourself!
Parry then! Let me a lesson to him.
He really should have known better.
And there's
Tell
more,
me you didn't
believe
know
me.
that.
Hey, you!
What do you...
I used to say that
Trouble
myself.
as it is.
Me, that,
I...
Watch your head! Hit back!
Let that be a lesson.
really should have known better.
What do you want?
Himself was after him.
Methinks I'm gonna...
What?
That's
I've been too nice.
Thought as much.
Oh my God! A fight! Fight!
Stop right there, you lowlife! Stop right there, you lowlife! Stop right there, you lowlife! Gold. Okay, that's mine for starters.
Wait a minute.
Do I have to show you again?
Methinks I'm gonna...
What?
That's exact...
I've been too...
And now, slug him! That hit the spot.
I used to say that myself.
All that
Staying
matters
out.
is strength. My opinion. So don't tell me that.
You don't have to tell me that.
Can you teach me how to handle two-handed weapons?
Listen, boy. It takes a lot of strength to wield a two-handed weapon. Why don't you slink off to the pasture for a game of Ring Around the Rosie with the sheep?
That's no secret.
I am strong enough.
Nonsense. You couldn't even lift a decent sword like mine.
It was his decision, wasn't it?
I said I am...
Oh, you're kidding.
Better.
I bet I can handle your sword.
Really? How much should I relieve you of? Well, you look like a poor sucker. Let's make it 30 gold pieces. Do you even have that much?
And that's the truth.
Sure.
Let me see, then.
Here.
All right, let's see how strong you are.
About this strong.
Looks like you got me there. I never expected that. You really don't look like you have that much strength in you. Well, I guess I just lost 30 gold pieces. Here you are. Now give me back...
He wants to know.
I think not.
What was that?
I think I'm going to keep it a little longer.
Just you wait, you bastard.
He thinks it's as easy.
Oh my God!
And now?
Oh my God!
Don't take any crap!
Defend yourself!
That's been a long time.
Defend yourself! Yeah, let him have it!
Don't take any crap!
Hang on!
Tell me you didn't know that.
What you
Let
waiting
him have
for?
it! Defend yourself!
Not bad at all.
Will it ever change?
That's the first I've heard of it.
He really should have known better.
Yeah, he really
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Hey,
All right, you win. What do you want?
Been there, done that.
I'd like to become a mercenary.
try
here.
that
Do you
again.
mind?
The things I could tell you.
Hey,
What?
Methinks
What?
that's a...
I've been...
All right, you...
Is it really true?
Here's your sword back.
High time, too.
How are things?
What do you want? I'm curious to see whether they're... I'm not a bad fighter, but that doesn't mean I'm a good teacher.
We'll see about that.
I'm staying out of it.
Still, I think I can show you the basics of two-hand...
No idea. You tell me.
I want to...
Okay, I don't care. You can fight, and that's what... Most of the lads here think nothing of a little brawl amongst friends. You'll... As far as I'm con... Okay.
That was no big deal.
I couldn't get away with that.
Tell me that isn't true.
Doing all right?
These days.
Hey, I know you. From the colony. What do you want here?
So don't tell me
Been there, done that.
I've gone about it differently.
Been there,
Hey,
done
you!
I've gone about it differently.
I've come to join you.
Why not? I've got nothing against it. Anyway, you freed our mine from the guards back then.
Sort things out.
But don't count on getting along with the others here so easily. A lot of newbies have come along since then, and some of the old mercenaries won't remember you. I almost didn't recognize you. You look rather haggard.
When the barrier fell, I barely got away.
Looks like you got lucky then.
You have anything?
Oh, don't ask. Bennett, one of the new guys, takes... In the colony, I was responsible for Lee's entire weapons store. And then along came a trained smith, and pow, I'm out of a job. I desperately need a new job, even if all I do is guard the farms out there. I don't care, just as long as I'm not twiddling my thumbs here anymore.
If he doesn't see that, no, I can't help it.
And? Found a new task yet?
Not so far. Let me know if you have a job for me.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Have you tried finding a job in town?
In the city? Wild horses couldn't drag me there. Or do you think I would want to work there as a militia soldier? I can just imagine myself in the courtier's uniform, and then that obsession with obedience. Nah, forget it. There may not be anything to do here on the farm, but at least I can do what I want.
Of course, we got him in the end.
Can you
I can teach you a few tricks in handling a bow if you want. What should I teach?
Step in and sort things out.
Is it really true? That was
Hello, pretty girl.
Just where did you escape from?
He thinks it's as
Ran like
easy
Beliar
as that.
himself.
They say you are revolting against the king.
My father has decided that it's time we defended ourselves. The militia never helped us anyway. They only came here to drag off our provisions.
What kind of work is to be had here on the farm?
My father pays money to all the men who help defend the farm. Are you interested? You don't look like someone who has a passion for field labor.
How much does your father pay?
It's all just gossip.
You'd have to negotiate. All I know is that each mercenary here gets paid.
With you, I can't help it.
Are there any rules here?
You don't touch anything here. You stay away from the... And if you...
Except for that
Tell you.
business. That's my problem.
How are things?
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible.
I used to deal in swamp weed back in the colony. Remember?
Who would have thought of that himself?
And what are you dealing in now?
Ah, don't ask. I brought a whole package of swamp weed with me from the mining colony. Many of the mercenaries like a little smoke now and then. I've earned a small fortune on the side. But some bastard stole all the weed from my chest. I'm pretty sure it was that Bodo. He bunks in the same room as me, and he always grins at me like such an idiot.
What are you going to do about the thief then?
One of these days, I'll catch him puffing away on my weed. And then, I'll find a quiet spot and teach him a lesson he won't forget. If I knock him down here in the middle of the yard, the other farmers will notice, and I'll pay an arm and a leg.
How come?
Quite simple. We can't rough up the farmers, otherwise Lee makes us pay a heavy fine. That, and the more witnesses there are, the more of a fuss there is. That makes things more expensive. So I'll pull the thing off nice and inconspicuously.
I want to...
Lee's people. If Lee keeps on this way, they soon won't be his anymore.
Why?
Lee has always been a quiet one. It was that way in the colony, too. But lately, he's overdoing it. He just wants to sit here and wait until the paladins drop dead from starvation. Silvio thinks we should clean up a bit on the small farms and outside the city. I think that would make for an excellent change. At the moment, most of us are just twiddling our thumbs here. Do you want to join up anyway?
Nobody will learn anything. You just have to listen.
I want to become one of you no matter what.
You already know that we take a vote on every new recruit.
What are you hinting?
Well, I haven't had anything to smoke in a long time. You can surely scare some up someplace.
About... Here's a few stalks for you.
Oh, you are my man. You've got my vote.
That's not what I heard.
Sure.
That will never change. He should have known better. He insisted he knew better.
He really should have known better.
What are you smoking there?
Want a toke?
He insisted he knew better.
No.
Been there, done that.
Do you do anything besides smoke?
Not at the moment.
I can't help him.
They'll never
I want to join the mercenaries. Do you mind?
Who cares?
Agree with you completely.
Cypher told me that someone stole a package of swamp weed from him. Would you know?
No.
Nobody will.
I'll knock it out of you.
Relax, I'm with here. First,
been there, done that.
Where's the package?
what do I know?
I can't help him.
Nobody ever asked. Touch it, Billy.
Tell me you didn't know that.
Hey, you!
For the things I could tell this side.
I know who took your weed.
Who? Was it that Bodo?
No, one of the mercenaries did it. Dar.
That bastard. Where is he?
Finding him won't help you. He doesn't have the package anymore. He sold it in Corinus.
Where is...
Behind the kitchen building on the corner.
I'll flatten him.
That's really true. That was obvious for people.
They'll never change. Really think why haven't that isn't true?
Nobody will learn anything.
You poor sucker. You didn't even have any gold on you.
Wait a minute. You really gave Dar what for? Are you feeling better now?
Yeah, that felt good.
Not to him, I suppose.
The little beggar has no business
Well,
going
we'll
through
see
my
the next
chest.
time.
I couldn't care less.
Would this package of swamp weed happen to be yours?
Well, I'll be... Where'd you get that?
It's a long story.
Doesn't matter. Really, you're a decent guy. Here, take this as a reward. Have fun with it. First,
That's no
let me roll a few.
Blabbermouth, you told Cypher I took his weed. Like hell will I vote for you.
Some problems solve themselves. He should have known better.
Not what I heard. Nobody will learn anything from me. Nothing amazes me anymore.
That was no big deal.
I've been all myself. Really didn't deserve that. That's all just gossip.
Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?
It's possible. I was in the colony too.
Right. What do you want?
I want to become a mercenary.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Where's the problem?
Well, I either have to vote for you or against you. And in the situation we're in, I'll only vote for you if I can be sure that you're on Lee's side.
How's the situation?
Right now, we've got real trouble. Two factions are building up amongst us mercenaries. Silvio and his people doubt that Lee is following the right plan.
How come there are two factions?
Most of us came out of the colony with Lee back then, but some of the mercenaries hooked up with us later. They didn't come from the colony, but were farther south fighting the Yorks. Somehow they got wind that Lee needed people. Their leader was Silvio. He agreed that Lee was in charge, but now he's trying to stir up the mercenaries against him and his plan. A lot of Lee's people don't think that it's a big problem, but I know guys like Silvio. He'll go to extremes to realize his ideas.
Do you know what Lee's intentions are?
Lee wants us to wait and starve the paladins in the city. He is planning to get us all away from the island, and Enos knows I've got nothing against getting away from here. I don't really know how he's planning to go about it, but I trust him. He's led us well so far.
Do you know what Silvio is planning?
Silvio found out that some of the paladins have moved out to the old colony. He says the rest of the paladins wouldn't dare to attack us here and wants to take advantage of the situation, plunder the small farms, waylay the militia patrols outside the city, hold up travelers, things like that. But Lee thinks that would be the worst thing we could do in our situation.
So what should I do?
Simple. Beat up a few of Silvio's boys. That way both sides will know exactly where you stand. And if you stick to the rules for a duel, you'll even win the respect of the others.
What are the...
Go to Torlo.
Which of the mercenaries...
There are 6 men. Then there's the rest.
How many?
If you knock 3 of them to the ground, then you've proven whom you choose is you. Just one little hint. This isn't about proving your courage. Don't go up against Silvio himself. He'll make mincemeat out of you.
How many of Silvio's men are still on my list? Rod looks a little worse for the wear. Fester tried to take me for a ride. That was his mistake. I went to see Raoul.
And?
He was badly in need of a proper licking.
That's enough. That's enough. I'm impressed. If Lee asks me, I can vote for you without hesitation.
What are you doing here in my kitchen?
Something smells delicious here.
Oh, yes. I know the likes of you. They're swarming all over the place. First, they try to get on your good side, and then when you need them, they're nowhere to be seen.
That will never change.
I'm hungry.
I don't dish out food to tramps. I only feed people who work. And that mercenary riffraff, of course.
Nothing's ever gonna change.
I'm looking for work.
You want to work? Only Onar can decide that.
couldn't care less.
The farm is his, and so...
Do you really think?
Actually, I was planning to join the mercenaries.
So you're another of those felons from the penal colony? I might have known. Just leave me alone. There's already enough of your kind around here.
I need a place to sleep.
Exactly
Don't even think about sleeping in my kitchen. Go find yourself a place in the barn.
Thing all over again.
What's your problem with the mercenaries?
Ah, those morons really get on my nerves, especially Silvio and his fat buddy Bulko. The two of them have been sitting in their corner for days now, making life miserable for me. The soup's too hot, the meat's too tough, etc. and so forth.
Then why don't you do anything about it?
And what am I to do, Mr. Smarty Pants? Whack them with my rolling pin? I can do that to the farmers, but these lowly bastards just hit back.
Want me to teach the two of them some manners?
You better not try that, honey. As far as I know, Silvio has magic armor. He can't be defeated.
What about Bulko?
That guy is as strong as an ox. So far, he has flattened anyone who tried to mess with him or Silvio.
He thinks it's as easy as that.
Nobody will learn anything from me. Can't believe that.
Hey,
I do not sell any weapons. Khaled does. He's in the house with Onar. He really didn't deserve that.
what kinds of weapons do you make?
Plain swords at the moment, not much else. But if I had some magic ore, I could forge weapons that are better than all comparable weapons made from... You wouldn't happen to know where to find some around here. Besides, in the valley...
No.
Of course not. In the end. No, I'm not touching that.
Are you with the farmers or the mercenaries?
You're pulling my leg, aren't you?
I was just curious.
Have you ever seen a farmer who also forges weapons?
No.
Then why do you ask such stupid questions?
The first I've heard of it.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Stop blabbering then. Go to Torloff and let him put you to the test. I've got my own opinion about that.
Is it really?
What do you need?
He doesn't even know how to hold a sword.
He didn't get that from me. He ran like Beliar himself.
Hello, I'm new here.
Don't take this the wrong way, but I'm not really in the mood for conversation. I'm totally wrecked.
You're awfully busy, huh?
You can say that again. Bennett makes so many weapons that I can hardly keep up with the polishing.
Just like you said.
Can I buy...
I don't have much. We take almost all...
About it differently.
Where did you pick that up then? He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
That's all just gossip.
I can't believe that. He ran like Beliar himself was after
Off myself. Nobody listened to the wrong people.
I don't believe this is gonna change. I wouldn't be so sure.
He never would have thought of that himself. Nobody will believe anything from me.
Step in and sort things out.
You should really have known better.
That's the first I've heard of it. Sort things out.
Well, that's not what I heard.
If you have a problem with wolves or field raiders, go talk to one of the younger mercenaries. You can come to me when the paladins show up here.
What?
Whenever one of you peasants comes to me, it's always about slaughtering innocent beasts.
I'm not a peasant.
Oh? What is it you want then?
Teach me how to fight.
I only train mercenaries or worthy candidates.
Wait a minute. I want to become a mercenary.
You look more like someone who's been born to work in the field, boy. Can you wield a weapon then? So, how about one-handed weapons?
Well...
And two-handed weapons then?
I'm surely gonna get better.
In other words, you're a damn greenhorn. Each mercenary needs to be able to rely on his comrades. All our lives depend on that. As long as you barely know how to wield a weapon, you're in the wrong place here.
I've heard that you belong to the Ring of Water.
What rat has not been able to keep his big trap shut?
Lares said you could help me if I told you that I reside beneath his wing.
Looks like I've got a deal with you now, doesn't it? All right. So what do you need? And be damn careful about what you tell me. For if I don't like what I hear, I just might skin you alive.
You could help me to get accepted by the mercenaries.
I can just see it now. Right, I'll try. What else?
Teach me how to fight.
All right, what else?
That's all.
That shouldn't be too hard. And woe betide you if I hear that you can't keep your trap shut. And I'm only saying this once, understand?
Help me be...
Let me think. You've got to get past Torloff if you want to make any progress here. Have you already seen Torloff about it?
Not really.
So go ahead. Take care of it and then come back here.
You should really have known better.
Beliar himself was after him.
That doesn't surprise me. I can't help him.
And
the first I've heard of it.
Believe me. What do you want from me?
If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Can you help me improve my abilities?
I could show you how to use your strength better in close combat. A lot of fighters are very weak because they don't have the technique. The same.
I've heard a thing or two.
If he doesn't see that, I've gone about it differently.
Quite simple. You can't just go and belt. There has to be some sort of spoken. None of the other men will interfere in a fight like.
I want to join the mercenaries.
Oh, and why do you think I should be in favor of you being accepted here?
Myself and for me.
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
No.
Then what are you blathering at me for?
Nothing amazes me anymore.
I will
Nobody
never
ever asked
change.
for my opinion.
So don't tell me that. If he doesn't see that, I can't help him.
Let me think. Have you already seen...
Not...
So go ahead.
I couldn't care less.
as it is.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
I'm in enough trouble as it is.
Don't tell me he doesn't surprise me.
Did Lisa?
No.
Just gossip. He doesn't even know how to hold a sword. Where do you think you're going?
To the house, of course.
Onar pays us not to let guys like you in here.
I want to talk to Lee.
What do you want from him?
Been there, done that.
He and I go way back.
You're a pal of Lee's? I don't believe a word. But go on in. If he doesn't recognize you, you'll know it. Lee's in the right wing. Don't even think about wandering around anywhere else.
Get that from me.
It's a bad business.
Everything fine with you?
If it's something important, go talk to Lee. Otherwise, leave me alone.
I agree with you completely.
Who the devil let you in here? What are you doing here? I thought you were dead.
What makes you think that?
Gorn told me it was you who brought down the barrier.
Yes, that was me, all right.
I never would have thought that a man could survive something like that. What brings you here? You aren't here without a reason.
I want to join you.
I'd hope you say that. I can use every able man here. The last mercenaries I accepted have done nothing but stir up trouble. In principle, you can start right away. Well, first there's one or two things we need to get straight, but it's no big deal.
I absolutely must talk to the paladins in town. Can you help me get to them?
What's your business with the paladins?
That's a long story.
I've got time.
Zardoz sent me on a mission. He wants me to obtain a powerful amulet, the Eye of Innos.
So you're still allied to that necromancer. I see. And the paladins have this amulet?
As far as I know, yes.
I can help you get to the paladins, but first you need to become one of us.
How can you help me get to the paladins?
Trust me, I've got a plan. I think you're the right man for it. I'll take you to the paladins, and you'll do me a favor, but first, join us.
What exactly are you doing here?
Quite simple. I'm gonna see to it that we all get off this island. Onar hired us to defend his farm, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. But our reward is more than just our pay. By helping the farmers, we cut the city off from its provisions. And the less the paladins have to eat, the sooner they'll listen when I finally make them an offer of peace.
What is your offer going to look like?
Essentially, it will be about our pardons and free passage to the mainland. You'll learn more when the time comes.
Gorn told you about me? What happened to him?
You remember him, don't you?
Sure.
He got caught by the paladins and was sent back to the Valley of Mines with a penal convoy. If the road to the Valley of Mines wasn't plastered with paladins and orcs, I'd have sent a couple of the boys already to free him. But the way things are, there's no point. Poor devil.
What do I have to get straight before I can join you?
Onar, the landowner, is the one who employs us. You can only stay on the farm with his approval. And then there's the boys. I can only accept you if a majority of the mercenaries agree that you join us. But don't go to Onar before everything is straightened out. He's a very impatient fellow.
How can I convince the mercenaries to vote me in?
By doing what is expected of you as a mercenary, I should say. Talk to Torloff. He's usually outside in front of the house. He'll put you to the test. If you can pass that, you should have earned a large part of the necessary respect. He'll tell you everything else you need to know.
What do you know about the Ring of Water?
I might have known. You just have to mingle in everything, don't you?
Come on, tell me.
I'm only marginally involved in this. I know that this secret guild exists here and that the water mages are behind it. Since the fall of the barrier, I am no longer bound to the agreement I came to with the water mages back then. Of course, I still help when I can, but most of the time, I have my own problems and barely any time for other things. If you want to know more about it, you should probably talk to Cord. He's one of them, as far as I know.
I'm ready to join you.
Not before you've passed Tarloff's test.
That's really not my problem.
The things I could tell you.
Put me to the test.
Did Lee send you to me?
He said you would help me.
Fine, so here we go. There are two things you have to do. First, you have to prove that you're capable of mastering the tasks that you will have to fulfill as a mercenary.
Same old thing all over.
I'll put you to the test. And second, you have to earn the respect of the other mercenaries.
Can't help him. That's no really.
Well, how can I...
For most of them, it'll be enough, but you'll have to find some other way of... Some will try and exploit your situation. You should try to get along with this. If you win...
What about...
If you can prove that you can fulfill...
I can't help him.
How's my...
Let's see. Wolf says he has nothing. Jarvis thinks you're on the right side. It's Cord's opinion that you first need to learn how to handle weapons. Cypher says that for him it was crystal clear that you'd get to join. Something seems to have... You seem to have convinced Rod that Sentenza will vote for you.
I've got my own opinion.
He says you... I don't need to say anything about Silvio and Bolko. Those two morons are against everyone. Buster says you're okay, and Dar says you're a blabbermouth. But his vote doesn't count for very much here. The rest of the mercenaries haven't said anything. Most of them are just waiting to see if you pass the test. At any rate, you won some fair duels already. You're far from done, kid. If you want us to accept you, you'll have to do something.
What are my duties as a mercenary?
Onar hired us for two reasons. He wants us to keep the militia off his back, and he wants us to keep things in order on his farms. That includes collecting the rent when the small farmers won't pay. So, what'll it...
That's not what I heard.
He didn't get that from
I'll deal with the militia.
The farmer Bengar has complained that lately the militia from the city has been getting on his nerves. They're pressuring the farmer, probably trying to make him break with Onar. I want you to go to his farm and make it clear to the militia that they have no business there. Questions?
How can I find Bengar?
In the southwest of the valley is a big stairway that leads to a high... If you get lost, ask the farmers in the fields how to find...
That's really not my problem. He insisted he knew better.
He ran like Beliar himself was after him.
See that? I can't help it. But no.
Hey, you!
I've got no time for things like that.
Help me become a mercenary.
Let me think. You've got to get... Have you already...
Yes, that's...
What test would that...
I'm supposed to drive the militia away.
Ah, yes. That's easy. Listen, but you're going to have to do something.
And...
Not far from here, to the southeast, there's a small bandit camp in the mountains. If you go southeast from here, you'll soon see the tower there. One of my people, Patrick, left several days ago to do business with those varmints. Well, I told him it was a rotten idea. But that idiot wouldn't listen to me. I assume they've made short work of him. But I don't know for sure. You're going to find out for me.
You hardly know who to believe these days. It can't go on like this forever.
You don't have to tell me that.
And what makes you so sure that they won't make short work of me, too?
The fact that I know the name of their leader. It's Dexter. You'll simply claim that you know the guy. His men will think twice before they wring your neck just for the heck of it. It could still get dangerous, of course, but you can handle that.
That's really not my problem.
What are you doing here?
Guarding sheep. And if possible, staying out of trouble.
Doesn't always work, does it?
Nah, especially not with the mercenaries. I'm really glad to be out here in the pasture, although it can be dangerous too.
What's so dangerous in the pasture?
There's a small pack of wolves that roams the area. Lately, the damn beasts have come by and eaten one of my sheep almost every day. A few days ago, I had almost twice as many sheep. I don't want to think what Onar will do to me when he finds out.
Why didn't you tell the mercenaries about the wolves? I thought they worked for you.
Yeah, I know. I should have done that, but I didn't, damn it. And now, with so many sheep gone, I'm afraid to tell anyone about it at all.
But you just told me.
I'm already regretting that too.
What if I killed those wolves?
You? By yourself? I don't believe it. I'd sooner trust my bellwether to do that.
Forget it. It was just a suggestion. I'll go over to the boys and see what they say about it.
Wait a minute. Okay, you're the greatest and you can take on 100 wolves at once, no problem. Mostly they lurk between the trees near the pasture. I think there were only 4.
Nothing to be had there. Nothing there. Nothing to be had there. Hey, you! I've done in the wolves.
You did it! Thank Innos. But now I still don't know how to tell Onar that all those sheep are gone. It's all that damn Bulko's fault.
What did you say about Bulko?
He's one of the mercenaries. It was actually his job to guard the pasture. But instead, he and his pal Silvio hang around Thekla in the kitchen all day. It's that bastard's fault if I don't get paid for weeks because of the lost sheep. I wish I could at least punch him in the mouth for it, but nobody stands a chance against him. The guy's a killer.
How are you?
I'm fine, and so are the sheep. That is, the ones that...
Halt! You can't go through here.
I want to talk to your leader.
Oh, I see. You want to talk to my boss. Well, then of course I'll let you through. But only if you know his name. Because if you don't, I'll be obliged to kill you. Well?
That's exactly what I said. Nobody ever asks.
Dexter.
Well, I guess you know the boss. Okay, I'll let you through. But I'm warning you, you get too close to anybody, you won't get out of here alive. So take a deep breath and leave your weapons where they are. You'll find Dexter in the house.
That'll only cause more trouble.
Whew, I couldn't get away with that.
Do you really think?
It's his decision, isn't it?
Look who's here, the great emancipator. Well, hero, what are you doing here?
I'm looking for a few answers.
I never thought you'd come here voluntarily.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that I've been looking for you. Haven't you seen any of my wanted posters? They all bear your mug. Oh yes, you're very much wanted. Didn't you know that?
So, what do you want from me?
Me? Nothing whatsoever. But my boss is hell-bent on seeing you dead. So he wants me...
A mercenary named Patrick's been seen here.
Patrick, huh? No idea what you're talking about. I do recall some loud-mouthed mercenary who hung out with the boys out there sometimes, but I haven't seen him in ages. Maybe he got himself hanged at last. I wouldn't know.
They say that you're kidnapping people from Corinus.
So you found that out too. Good work, Buster. And here I was thinking I had covered my tracks.
Where did those people disappear to? Maybe down the mine somewhere here?
They're far away in the northeast by now, where you can't get to them. I could show you where exactly, but I don't know why I would want to do that.
Who gave you this order?
My boss. He's a dangerous man. You know him. Raven, one of the former ore barons from the old camp in the Valley of Mines. He needs those people to fulfill his plans, and that's all you need to know.
Raven? Dangerous? Oh well.
What do you know? You don't know him like I do. He was a miserable swine even back then, but these days he has changed since the fall of the barrier. There's a black shadow across his face. His fierce glance will pierce you like the claws of a raptor if you look into his eyes for too long. My only advice to you is leave Corinus as fast as you can, before it's too late. There's nothing here for you, except for certain death.
There's this fellow with an eye patch. He's looking for you.
Everybody's looking for me. I couldn't care less. If that guy has some business with me, let him come here.
And what do you intend to do now? Kill me?
Yeah, but you set us all free. That's why I'm giving you another chance. Beat it. Disappear. Make yourself invisible. Go and don't cross my path again.
I need to know where you brought those people.
Well, you could try. It's better for you if you leave. If I see you around here again, I won't hesitate to kill you. You asked for this.
Ah, Dexter bought it, right?
Looks like he's dead.
None too soon either. Go check.
Dexter carried nothing but this letter.
Show me that thing. Ah, damn it, that doesn't help me at all. We shouldn't have just let him croak like that. You wouldn't happen to know how to cross those mountains in the northeast of Corinnes.
Maybe through an underground tunnel? The water mages are currently studying a portal which leads to the mountains in the northeast.
What's this nonsense? Bah, water mages. Can't you come up with something better?
No.
So I'm stranded here. Dexter was my last hope.
What did you want from Dexter?
I've come from beyond the mountains in the northeast of this island, and I want to go back. I had hoped that the bastard would know how to get there without a ship.
I saw a pirate named Skip near the port.
That moron. I waited there for 3 days, so why is he coming so late? Once I get my strength back, I'll give him what for.
What is there beyond those mountains?
You had better not try to go there. Those are rough lands. A wimp like you wouldn't last long.
What?
First, get...
Wait a minute. Nothing to be had there.
Hey!
You're in for it now.
You haven't seen the last of me!
Put down that weapon!
You haven't seen the last of me!
See? That wasn't so hard.
Just you wait, you son of a... Hey!
that myself.
I went to see Dexter.
And?
Dexter is dead. There was no trace up there of your buddy Patrick. Dexter remembered him, but he said it had been ages since he'd seen him.
And you're sure that Dexter didn't lie to you?
No, I'm not. But this is all I can tell you.
I don't get it. He seems to have vanished off the face of the earth. Well, you've kept your side of the bargain.
What about Torlov's test now?
Don't worry, you can go back to Torlov. Your task is fulfilled and you've passed the test. I told you I would take care of it.
I want to become a mercenary.
Have you gotten better by now? So, how about one-handed and two-handed?
I'm surely...
In other words, you're each mercenary, as long as you...
And there's more, believe me. You can't rely on
That was obvious all along.
You just have to reason.
I have a golden plate here. Would this be yours?
Yes, that is it. Thanks a million.
So, what about my reward?
Do you want to hire on as a mercenary here on the farm?
Yes.
All right, if you work here, then I shall see to it that you're getting a decent pay. Come back when you've discussed your pay with my husband.
You really didn't deserve that.
I've gone about it differently.
That will never change.
I can teach you to use any weapon. You've become better already.
What should I...
Those two types of arms are... As soon as... If for... I can teach you to... You've become...
Teach...
I can... Put down that weapon. See? That wasn't so hard.
Is it really true?
That's no secret.
He never would have thought of that himself. I can't help.
How's my reputation?
Let's see. Wolf says he has not. Jarvis thinks you're on the court, thinks you'd be good enough to join. Cypher says that for him it was. You seem to have convinced Sentenza of. I don't need to say anything. Buster says you, and Dar says you're a blast. The rest of the mercenaries, you're convinced most of them, even if Cord had a little hand in it. You have my vote, Nenny, and you won some fair duels. A lot of mercenaries, most of the mercenaries are for you. As far as go to Lee, he'll explain.
You can't rely on so worked up.
I'm not telling you anything new. Do you really believe that? To believe these days?
I'm not touching that.
I'm ready to join you.
Then you've passed Tarlov's test?
Yes.
That's good. What did the other mercenaries say?
Most of them are on...
Good. Then go see Onar now. But you'll have to negotiate your...
Who let you in here? What are you doing here on my farm?
You listen to the wrong people.
Everything all right?
I don't see how...
I hardly know what to believe anymore.
Thanks to
And what are you talking?
one of the
How would that interest me? If he's been after my sheep, so why are you bugging me?
All that matters is strength. So don't tell me that.
Lee sent me. I want to work here as a mercenary.
He's already talked to me. He's the one responsible for you. But no fooling around here. Leave the farmers and the maids alone. And for everything else, talk to Lee. All we need to discuss...
So how about...
Well, let me think. 50 gold. What do you say?
Really didn't deserve that.
Of course, you're welcome to work for me. Anyway, this is all you'll get.
But he knew that all along.
It's a bad business.
So,
You're working for my...
right.
How much is my husband? That's not enough.
And you think...
He knows what happens if he...
Maria thinks I'm not getting enough.
What?
She said you should pay me better.
That woman has to stick her nose into everything. Did she say how much?
No.
All right. Beginning with your next pay, you'll get an extra 10 gold pieces. But not a coin more. Now listen up. I inherited this farm, and he inherited it from... I'm not going to allow that greedy imbecile of a king. The war with... No, I prefer...
Don't even think about touching anything here. Otherwise, you'll get a couple upside the head. Got it?
What's your job?
Onar wants me to spend all day keeping an eye on his stuff. He's worried that something will go missing, and I would too in his place. Most of the mercenaries he's hired are former convicts from the penal colony. They'll walk off with everything that isn't nailed down if no one watches out.
There's a whole bunch of junk here.
That's right. And most of it is extremely valuable. Onar collects valuable objects. A simple man like me can hardly afford such luxury. I stick to other things.
And that would be...
I collect old coins.
I've got an old coin here.
Show me. Oh yeah? That won't bring much on the open market. I'll pay you a gold piece for it. Exactly as much as it used to be. Nothing doing. I'm not a... You know what I'm prepared to pay for it.
Nah.
They don't have any value for you. You know...
It
good. If you have any...
Interested?
Sure.
A few.
Thanks. Here's your money.
Has any...
A few.
Where did you pick that up then?
See? That wasn't so hard.
Onar now.
Oh, leave me alone with that shit. I've had enough
I'm ready to join you.
Have you seen Onar?
He agrees.
Welcome aboard. Here, take some decent armor first. I'm glad to have you with us. I already have your first assignment. It has to do with the Paladins. It's time you went to see them. You wanted to go there anyway.
And how can I get to the Paladins now?
Very simple. You'll take our peace offering to them. I know Lord Hagen, the commander of the Paladins, from my time in the Royal Army. I know how he thinks. He doesn't have enough men. He'll accept the offer. At least he'll listen to you. I've written a letter, here. In any case, that should get you admitted to see the leader of the Paladins.
Everything fine with you?
So, you want to join us then,
How did you end up?
I came with Silvio from the south. We belong to an army of mercenaries which fought against the orcs. He's a dangerous fella, and many of the mercenaries who...
What's your opinion?
I think that the only thing Lee is really into... He wants to go to the mainland. Seems... At any rate, he does a far better job. Moreover, he's a good leader. What? Only the best. Just...
That was obvious all along. Strength. So don't tell me that.
Welcome to the mercenaries,
Pick
kid.
that up then.
Thanks.
As soon as I have something for you to...
I used to say that myself.